Element quality checks. It means basically we have a certain parameters how to verify my element quality. So I just created a discretization process and created my mesh nodes and elements. How should I say that okay my mesh is good? No, it is not good. So I can't say that by this structure. So this is also a good mesh and this is also a good mesh. There is no bad at all. So I'm not trying to say that it is very bad. So it is also very good. And it is a professional level, it is not up to a professional level. So that is a matters. But how should I actually know that? So okay, this mesh is very good, or it is average, it is very poor. Okay, so for that we have a certain rules. So that is what we will see in the upcoming slides. So based upon the geometrical structures, okay, how should I actually make sure whether my element is good or not? So I have categorized this into a 3 major categories, that is best, okay category, and then very poor. Okay, so for best triangular element, the interior angle should be exactly 60, 60 and 60. Okay, so it's a perfect one, ideal one. But you can't expect this element while discretizing. That is not possible to create a exact triangular element. And for a quad, the interior should be 90, 90, 90. Okay, there won't be any deformation in its shape. So that is why we're saying that it is a perfect quad. So when we shift over to the best okay option, you may get a right angle triangle will be a okay quality, not a best quality. And the ratio, so 2, 2 and 1, that means it may be any value. If you have a 20, 20, it should be 10. So if you have this type of ratio, it will be good, okay, but not best. Okay, and for quad, the ratio should be 4, 4, 1. So it's a ratio value, you can multiply any values like that, 40, 40, 10, 10, whatever it is. And the minimum value of interior angle, that acute angle you can say, that is 60 degree. Okay, you have another option, that is tiltation. Maybe you have a structure like this, it may be tilted on the normal position up to 5 degree. How can I actually measure that? So when I divided this, I will make a normal line. So for a planar surface, it will have some angle. So up to 5 degree it is okay. So more than 5 degree, if it is tilted, it is not accepted. Okay, it's just like a bending. So when I view from here, it will be bended like this. So from here it will be tilted like this, that angle 5 degree. So that is what here I am saying that. And also for very poor condition, the maximum angle should be 105. Okay, abuse angle. More than 105, it obviously failure, and less than 10 degree it is failed. Okay, 10 is the minimum limit, so you can't go beyond the 10. So 9, 8, it is very poor. And for this 30 is the minimum, 30, 30. So 29, 28, it is not acceptable. And also here also 30, 30, and here it is 20. So the tiltation is up to 20 degree is okay. So beyond the 20 degree we can't accept it. Okay, so that is what we are trying to say by using a geometrical structure. Okay, what about other parameters? So I will shift over to here. So there is an option called warp angle. Not an option, it is a method. What does it actually means? It is a measurement of these two sheets. So when I have a quad element like this, I will split the quad into 2 segments like this diagonally. If I draw a perpendicular line or normal line, so it will be like this, 1 and 2. So try to assume it is a perfect quad, there won't be any tiltation over here. Okay, so if it is a perfect quad, there won't be any, it should be, the 2 lines should be exactly parallel. Okay, so if there is any deformation or a tiltation like this, either it may be like this or like this. Okay, So if it is like this, the line should be like this. There won't be any angle. There is an angle. So if it is like this, the line should be this. It is in the front view. Okay, there is a tiltation. Okay, that angle. If you have a zero angle, now right now it is parallel. You know that parallel line should be having a angle of 0 degree. So that is the ideal value. What is that acceptable? Less than 10 is acceptable. These angles. Maybe if you have a tiltation, that is okay, but the tiltation is less than 10. Okay, but if it is more than 10, we can't accept. So, and also the warp angle is only applicable for triangular elements. I mean, not only for quad elements, not for triangular elements. So warp angle not applicable for triangular elements. So this is the theory. If you want to read it out, just make it as a screenshot. You can read the theory itself. And fine. So we'll move on to the next slide. That is aspect ratio. So aspect ratio is the maximum length divided by the minimum length. So here we have, this is our maximum length, this is our minimum length, and L minimum and L maximum means minimum length and maximum length. So we have a ratio. See, if I have a perfect quad, we have the value. So like 20 cross 20, there won't be any deformation, any changes at all, because all the sides will be equal and it should be exactly 90 90 90. So when I divide the two values, I will get a value of 1. So that is why the ideal value is 1. What is it acceptable? Less than 5 is acceptable. There is a value you get a more than 5, it is not acceptable. Okay, that might be possible. If you have a 20 divided by 5, you will get a value of 4. So this is okay. But if you have a 30, you will get a value of 6. This is not acceptable. So it depends upon the elements. Okay, either warp angle inspection and aspect ratio inspection, we have a different set of entities. So all you need to try to explain is what is warp angle, what is aspect ratio. This is what they can ask you questions. Somewhere if you are going for a shell machining engineer post, they will ask like what is aspect ratio, what is warp angle. You can expect this type of questions. So in that time, if you explain this theories, they will get happy. Okay, at least you know that. Apart from that software, you know some theories at all. Okay. Good. So I will move on to the next check, that is skew. Skew means there is a changes in that. This is not include angle. This is what skew. Actually, this diagram is for skew. So Control X V X okay, now it is fine. What does skew means? So skew is applicable for both triangulars as well as quad. So all we need to do here is, if it is a quad element, from the midpoint to midpoint and midpoint to midpoint, you need to connect. Obviously if it is deformed some way of error, one side will be lesser or one side will be greater, you may get an angle, minimum angle. So that is what angle. So skew means 90 degree minus this angle. So this alpha is the minimum angle you experience it here. So in the meanwhile, for a triangular element, so midpoint to the vertex, midpoint and then opposite sides. So you have an opposite side, so midpoint to midpoint, you will get a minimum angle, whatever it is. You may get from here or here, here. So that is a minimum angle. Well, comparing to the 4 angles, one angle will be very minimum. So that is called alpha. So that alpha, 90 degree minus alpha, should be, if it is 0, that is okay. Why it is 0? So if I have a perfect quad, obviously all the angles will be 90 degree, right? So 90 minus 90, 0. So that ideal value here is 0. Okay. So if it is deformed something like that, so there will be an alpha value that alpha value should be exactly less than the 45 degree. So if it is more than 45, it is not acceptable. So that is the rule. We call it as skew. Fine. What is that next thing? Jacobian. So if you want to read out this theories, you can, but probably you get a full mark if you write this in your examination sessions. But for an interview, it is not more suitable. So I will explain more clearly. So this is my actual quad. When I try to apply some forces over here, like that, like this, okay. Probably it will deform like this. Okay. How much it actually deforms? How much it actually deforms? That is matters. If it is deforms like that, I will say, so right now I give a factor of 1.0. So if it is deformed like that, I will say that this is 0.8. If it is more deformed like this, I will say 0.4. Based upon the deformation, the factor will be decreased. So it is 100% accuracy, which is close to that value, ideal value. How much close to the ideal value? So that is what we are trying to explain here. So if it is 80%, it is 80% close to the ideal value. If it is 40, it is 40% close to the ideal value. So that means 60% is actually deformed. 40% remaining, it is close to for ideal value. Okay. So that factors will be, we expect the value should be more than 0.6. The ideal value is 1. So that means it is a perfect quad or perfect triangle. So that interior angle should be exactly 90, 90, 90 or 60, 60, 60 if it is a triangular element. And it is included angle. Included angle means you know that this is the included angle. So for quad it is included. For triangular it is included. So it is inside that model. So included. What is it? Minimum and maximum range. It should be greater than 45 for a quad. It should be greater than 45 and lesser than 135. This angle, I'm talking about this. So if we have a rectangle, you may get that interior angle should be this 90. So ideally it should be 90. The minimum value should be 45. Maximum range should be 135. So beyond that it cannot be go, and lesser than 45 it is not acceptable. Okay. For a triangle, you know that the ideal value should be 60. The minimum value should be 20. Maximum should be 120. Okay. Any values between, that is acceptable. So that is included angle. Yep. So that is all for this session. So we have successfully completed our theory part. And you will get this. This is what I already explained. What is the process flow? 3D, 2D and 3D process. So first we need to complete a theory session. After that we will go for geometry editing, and we will learn about the meshing and how to analyze that meshing quality by using softwares. And you know that the process of CAE, like pre-processing, solver and post-processing. Good. Yes, save.